Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Advaya.
Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening, Chanakya.
Good evening,
Good evening.
ma'am.
Yeah, tell me, Chanakya.
Ma'am, so should we continue from there, from where we stopped in the skeletal
Uh,
system?
I think the writing part might be over, right? You might have written it.
Yes, ma'am. I am
Yes
done with
or no?
writing part. Ma'am, I'm done with writing part.
Okay. Okay, all right. So now we will be starting with the next topic only because yesterday the network was, I think, the problem. And if in case, like children, in future also, if any one of you becomes a host, then just end that meeting, okay? Okay, going back to the topic now. Yesterday we have discussed about the rib. What are the different organs which are protected in the ribs? We have discussed. Then total 12 pairs will be there, and the last two pairs are called as the floating ribs because they are not attached, right, in the center. Now the
But
next,
two are floating.
yeah,
Two
two pairs
pairs.
are floating, right? So, and that is the reason they are called as the floating ribs since they are not attached. Now the next topic is the backbone.
Blackbone. Not the spine.
The spine, right? The backbone, the
Ma'am,
spine.
they're attached with our skull, ma'am. So that's why, ma'am, one question came in our exam, ma'am. Ma'am, I thought it is attached with our skull, so it would be spine only. They'll only protect our spine, lungs, and hearts. I mean, brain. That's why I wrote the spine.
Okay, okay. So the backbone, it will be giving us a support, right? Since like we have the backbone, so we are able to sit straight, right? If we do not have the backbone, so imagine that we will be bending again like this. We will be bending, right? So it is important to have the backbone, so to give the support to it. Now
Ma'am,
let me share.
ma'am,
Yeah,
it
tell
is
me.
also known as vertebra.
Yeah, it is also called as vertebra, or it is also called as vertebral column also. Okay.
Ma'am, and it is made of 33 ring shaped bones.
Correct. So it has the 33 ring shaped bones. Actually, why it is called as the vertebrae? See, Aditya said it is called as vertebra, which is correct. Why it is called as vertebrae? Because the meaning of the vertebrae is small bones. What's the meaning of vertebrae? Small bones. So you can see in this picture, this backbone, generally, what do they have? See, very, very small bones are present. So that is why this is called as the vertebrae. Since they have the small bones joined together, that is the reason they are called as the vertebrae. Okay. So Backbone surrounds and protects the spinal cord. So we have the spinal cord which is attached to the skull. So they will be protecting the spinal cord. The spine or the backbone runs from the base of the skull to the pelvis. So this spine or the spinal cord from this base of the skull. So I'll show you the picture also. See, from here, this is the skull part, right? This is the skull part. So from the skull, from here till the last, till the pelvis, till our hips region. See, till our hips region, it will be present. So from the base of the skull region till the last of the pelvis, it is present. So the spine runs from the base of the skull to the pelvis. It serves as a pillar to support the body weight. So whatever the body weight is there, that will be supported because of this backbone. Now, if we do not have the backbone, then we will not get any kind of the support. And also it gives the protection to the spinal cord. So there are three natural curves in the spine that give it an S shape when viewed from the side. Now see this picture. So when you see this backbone from the side, what you will be able to see, you will be able to see that the structure which is formed is like the S shape like this. Fine. So they will be forming the structure like the S like this. Okay. So when you see it from the side, the structure of the backbone will be looking like the S-shaped structure. So there are three natural curves in the spine that give it an S-shaped when viewed from the side. These curves help the spine withstand great amount of stress by providing a more even distribution of the body weight. Now, what happens since it is not one, not straight? Because of this, what happens? We will be able to bend our body, and that is the reason our body is flexible. So, if we have only one straight bone, then we will not be able to bend. We will not be able to, move left, right, and all. But since it has the natural kind of the curved spine in it, that is the reason we are able to withstand the stress, whatever we are getting on our body. The spine is made up of a series of bones that are stacked like blocks on the top of each other. So you might have played the blocks game, right? When you were small, what you used to do, you used to play with the block game. So the spine is also like the same thing. What happens in this? One above the other, the bones will be stacked, or they will be one above the other placed to each other with cushion called as the disc. So in between them, there will be a cushion which is called as the disc present. And why this disc is present? It is present to absorb the shock or to absorb the load. Sometimes what happens, we are doing lot of work. So because of this, that whatever the work we do, it will not be affecting our body much. But we should be very careful because if we give lot of stress, then again the problem will come. So it has a series of cushion called as the disc, which this disc will be helping to absorb the shock. Fine. So that is about the backbone. So this is the structure of the backbone. This is the connection. So at the base of the skull, from the base of the skull till the last of the pelvis, this is present. Now the next one is the limb. Limb are basically our arms and the legs. So two,
Ma'am, arms and legs, ma'am. Ma'am,
yes,
the femur is
hmm,
the longest bone in our body of leg.
correct. So femur is the longest bone which is present in the leg, whereas stepes, S-T-E-P-E-S, stepes is the smallest bone which is present in the ear. Okay, the longest one is the femur, the smallest one is the stepes which is present in the ear. Okay, now coming back to this limb are basically our hands and the legs. So they help us doing many activities and moving from one place to another place. In the human body, the arms and the legs are commonly called as the upper limb and the lower limb, respectively. So, what happened in our body? What do we have? We have the arms, we have the legs, and they are called the arms, which means our two hands. They are called as the upper limb, since they are present on the upper part of the body. Whereas the legs, they are called as the lower limbs because they are present down part of the body. So arms are called as upper limbs and the legs are called as the lower limbs. To include part of the shoulder and the hip girdle. So this upper limb and the lower limb, they also include the shoulder and the hip part of it. Arms and legs are connected to torso or trunk. So we also have the trunk, right? So trunk is basically nothing, but it is the backbone actually. So many animals use limbs. It means they will be using the front or the back legs for the locomotion, which means to move from one place to other place they will be using, such as walking, running, climbing. So if we want to walk, if we want to run, if we want to climb, then we will be using the legs or we will be using the hand also to lift the things. So that is about the limbs. Then this we will be doing a little structure of bones. We will be doing little later. So till here, these two topics are clear, children. What is backbone and what are the limbs?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Like,
Any doubt, Advik and Chiranjay?
no, ma'am. Ma'am, but ma'am, what about
Okay, so
fibula?
start writing with this backbone part now.
Okay, ma'am.
Fibula and the tumor.
Ma'am,
So
fibula.
write
Fibula.
this the backbone first of all, and children write in the point form. Okay, this is the first one. This is the second one here. Then this is the third point. Then fourth point. So write in the point form. Fifth one, sixth one. That's it. Okay, 6 points you should write for this. So start writing.
Sorry, ma'am, my camera was off.
No problem.
Ma'am, your screen left.
Yes.
Now visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, your screen is not visible.
Done, ma'am. Ma'am, and it is.
Okay, let us also do it.
Ma'am, can you share this in the WhatsApp?
Okay, just a minute. So you wanted me to share both the things?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Ma'am, I'm done with the third one, backbone. That's why I need the fourth one. So you
Okay,
just
okay.
said
I'll share
both
it.
of those.
I'll share that. So I'll share both the pages so that for the later also you can use it. I have shared it, Chiranjay.
Yes, ma'am, I found it. Okay, ma'am, thanks.
Welcome.
Ma'am, done all the 6 points.
Ma'am, I also.
Completed? Okay, then go for the next page. This is the next page here. About the limbs, you should write. I'll mark it the points. So this will be the first point. This is the first point from here till here. Then second point starts from here. Then third point starts from here. So total 4 points are there. Okay. So total 4 points are there. Write these points in your copy.
Okay, ma'am.
And for your portions, children, it will be coming till here, okay? Till limbs, I will be giving in your Sunday's test.
Done, ma'am. Now should I
Okay,
do the
Chanakya.
structure of bones?
No. Wait for some time, okay?
Okay.
We will revise once everything, whatever we did, and then we will go to the structure of the bone.
Okay.
Done. I'm not done.
And athletic?
I'm not. I'm on the last one.
Okay. So let us revise first of all again everything, whatever skeletal system. Okay, not done. Okay, do it.
Ma'am, can we watch a video after this?
Yeah, sure,
Ma'am,
sure. Video.
Yes, ma'am.
Then let me play the video and then I'll explain you. Okay, I will revise the thing. Okay. Is my screen visible?
yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll play the video. Okay.
The skeletal system,
Ma'am, the voice.
group of organs working together,
This is
make
the
up a
maximum
body
voice,
system
Chanakya.
like the circulatory
Ma'am, I
system
think it's
that
audible.
controls the supply of blood in the body.
Video is not audible?
Ma'am, it is audible.
Okay,
It
okay.
is.
In this chapter, we are going to learn about the skeletal system. Our skeleton. We know that our body has different types of bones in it. The bones together form a framework called the skeleton. The skeleton protects the delicate internal organs such as the brain, the heart, and the lungs. It gives shape to our body. It also allows movement of our body. When we are born, our skeleton has around 350 bones. When we become an adult, our body has around 206 bones. This is because as we grow, some of the bones join together. With the growth of our body, more cells increase in our bones and our bones become longer than earlier. Bones. Bones contain blood vessels and nerves. Bones have an outer layer of hard or compact bones, which is very strong, dense, and tough, but inside they have a layer of spongy bones, which is lighter and slightly flexible. In the middle of some bones is a jelly-like substance called bone marrow. In the bone marrow, the new cells are constantly produced for
So inside the bones, what will be there? The bone marrow will be there, and inside this bone marrow, the new cells will be produced, and because of which only what happened, the growth will be there, right?
the blood. If broken, they repair themselves in several weeks. Our skeleton is made up of the skull, the backbone, the rib cage, the two pairs of limbs, and their girdles to which they are attached.
Are you lagging behind on current affairs? Download InShorts to make sure you're up to date. Stay ahead with InShorts in just 60-word crisp news summaries.
The skull. The skull is the bony framework of the head. It protects our sensitive brain. There are spaces in it for our eyes, ears, nose, and mouth.
So see, you can see in the skull, we have actually the space there, which is called as the cavity. Like if you see the eye space, that has a cavity. And inside the space, what happened? The eyes will be fitted. Same goes for the nose. The nose also, you can see the spaces there. So there the nose will be fitted.
There are 8 bones in our skull that are interlocked with each other and make the protective frame around the
So
brain.
like you have the blocks, right? The blocks will be interlocking with each other. Same way in the skull also, these bones are interlocked, or I can say they are very much tightly packed.
There are 14 facial bones which make the upper and lower jaws and other facial structures. The lower jaw bone is the only movable bone in the face. It enables us to talk, eat, etc. The spine or backbone. Our backbone has 33 small bones called vertebrae that form a very strong column known as the vertebral column or the spinal column, spine. The vertebrae can move slightly through the joints, so we can bend or twist our back. There is a hole in each vertebrae through which the delicate spinal cord passes. The spinal cord is protected by the vertebral column. The rib cage. The ribs are thin, flat, curved bones that form a protective cage around the organs on the upper body. There are 24 bones that make 12 pairs of ribs. Our rib cage protects our heart and lungs. The ribs are joined to the backbone at the back. The upper 7 pairs of ribs, called true ribs, are attached to the breastbone in front. The next
So you can see in the picture also the upper one, upper 7 pairs are attached to the breastbone in the center. See, right? The remaining are not actually attached.
3 pairs of ribs, called false ribs, are attached to the lower true ribs in front. The lowest 2 pairs of ribs, called floating ribs, are not connected to any organ
So the
in the
upper one, the
front.
upper 7, they are connected to the breastbone, whereas the next three, they are connected to the backbone, whereas the last two are not connected to anyone. That is why they are called as the floating ribs.
They are smaller than both the true and false ribs. The limbs. Our arms are the upper limbs attached to the spine by means of the shoulder girdle made up of the shoulder blades and collar bones. It consists of 3 parts: the arm, the forearm, and the hand. The arm is the region between the shoulder and elbow. It consists of a single long bone called the humerus.
So in the
The
arms, like in the arms also actually has the two kind of the bones generally. One is the upper one, the second one is called as the lower arm. So upper arm and the lower arm. The upper arm has the humerus bone and the lower arm has the forearms. Basically, it is divided into two types of it.
forearm is the region between the elbow and the wrist. It consists of 2
So
long
between this upper arm and the lower arm, we have a joint actually, and there we call them as the elbow.
bones connected firmly to the humerus. The hand consists of 3 parts: wrist, palm, and fingers. The humerus is the longest bone in our upper limb. The lower limbs, legs, are composed of the bones of the thigh, leg, and foot. The thigh is the region between the hip and the knee. It consists of a single bone called the femur or thigh bone. It is the longest, largest, and strongest bone in the body. The leg is the region from the knee to the ankle. It consists of 2 long bones called the shin bone and the calf bone. Shin
So the lower leg bone has actually the two bones. The front one is called as the shin bone, and the behind one is called as the calf bone.
bone
Ma'am,
is
I have a
longer
doubt.
than the calf bone?
Yes, tell me.
Ma'am, like how the vertebral column become
Hmm.
taller as we grow.
How vertebral column become taller as we grow.
Yes, ma'am.
See, vertebral column is what? Basically the book backbone only. So as we are growing, the number of cells are also dividing in our body, right? So when the number of cells divide, automatically the bones also has to increase in the capacity. Correct? That is how it is increasing.
Ma'am, I cannot hear you.
My voice is not audible to you?
Ma'am, it is
Yes, Advik, my voice is not audible to you.
no, ma'am, it is audible now.
Okay. So, see what happens as we are growing in our body. Like when we are small, we do not have all these structures, right? We do not have this different numbers of the bones or different types of it. But as we, start growing, then our body will be differentiated into the proper structure and all. And then at the same time, the vertebrae, which are the small bones, are also called as backbone. They also start dividing because cells also divide in our body, right? When the number of cells divide, then we also increase in the height or in the weight or like any other part of also. Same way, the vertebral column or the backbone also divides, and because of which it increases in the size.
Okay.
These bones
Okay, so who messages? Okay, fine. So I'll pay the rest one.
are connected to the femur to form the knee joint.
And basically,
The foot
between the
contains
upper legs and the lower legs, we have the knees. And those knees has the bone which is called as the patella. So in the knees, the bone will be there, a round shape bone will be there. Like we have the bowl, right? Like the bowl, it will be round in structure, and that bone is called as the patella.
many small bones. The bones of the lower limbs are the heaviest, largest, and strongest bones in the body.
See, the lower limb is
Because
actually holding her whole body. Whole body it is holding. So it is holding the whole body actually. That is why it has to be strong enough. So if our lower legs are not so strong enough, then what happens? Then we will not be able to stand upright, and we may fall down also. That is why it is important that the lower legs should be very strong enough.
they bear the entire weight of the body when a person is standing in an upright position.
Wonder why you're not able to speak English fluently? It's because you have not been practicing it consistently with real people.
Joints. We know that many of our bones are joined together.
So now the
The
joint topic has been started. So any doubt do you have, Chiranjay, Advin, Advik in this?
No, ma'am.
For the
No.
exam, these topics will be there. The skeletal system definition, then the functions of the skeletal system. Then you have the backbone, limbs, rib cage, skull. All those parts will be there, and their functions also. Like what kind of function do they perform? It will be there. And I have given you then the difference between ligament, tendon, and the cartilage also. Like we have written that, right? So all those differences will also be there. And I have actually this time given you the case-based question. So 3, 4 lines will be there, and you need to answer those given 2 questions based on that. But exactly, you should not copy and paste, okay? Because I have not given you to copy and paste like you are doing in the English, right? In the English, you have the comprehension. So for the comprehension, you are taking it as an answer and you're writing it. But for the science, it is not the same. What you should do, you should read the paragraph, and on the basis of your understanding, you should answer the given question. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
You can you can take few words of it. Yeah, tell me.
So when we'll get the 2 questions to do, ma'am?
What, Chiranjay?
Ma'am, you told you we'll get 2 questions, ma'am, and we should not copy, ma'am. So when we'll get the 2 questions, ma'am, I had doubt.
No. You will get few questions, not two. Few questions in the paper, Sunday test paper. You will be getting it. Okay. I think somewhere three questions you have, three case-based questions you have. One one question, one case-based question has two questions. The second one also has two questions. Yeah, you have two case-based question and one question related to your diagram. So I have given you few pictures and you need to identify which picture it is and you need to write the function. For example, might be I have given you the picture of the backbone. Okay, so you should write the given picture is of backbone and then you should write the function of backbone. Okay, I might give you the picture of the skull and then I can ask you to identify the given picture and write the function of it. All right. So that is how the paper will be. Am I clear, Advik and Chiranjay?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Fine.
ma'am.
So prepare likewise and learn till here. See, then and there when you complete the learning part, then for exams, whatever you have in your school, it becomes for you to easy, right? It becomes easy for you then to score the marks. Don't keep everything for the last. And I will also be sharing one question as a homework question right now after class. So you should do it as a homework and send it to me today itself. Okay, Advait?
Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
Chiranjay?
Yes, ma'am.
So now read it. I will share the homework. Till then you can read the whatever the notes we have completed. Okay, I'll just share the homework also to you so that I can explain you. Fine. So read till then you can read it. At the meantime, I'll share the homework question.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Bye, ma'am.
No. Still you have the time. Chiranjay, you need to read whatever we have completed till now.
Okay, ma'am.
So till then, I'll share you the homework question so that I can explain you what it is all about.
Ma'am, so by the notes we wrote yesterday and today, ma'am, we should
Hmm?
understand them and write our own answers, not copy.
Correct. Correct.
Okay, ma'am.
So So I have shared you one question there. Case-based question, the body support system. So paragraph is given there. A person named Arjun is recovering from a minor injury. His doctor explains the cartilage in his joints help cushion the bones, while the ligaments connect his bone and provide the stability. The doctor also tells Arjun that the rib cage is important for protecting his lungs and heart as he heals. Now, three questions are given there. The question number one, how does cartilage contribute to joint health and the comfort? So basically, what you should do, you should write the function of the cartilage here. Second thing, what role ligaments play in Arjun recovery? So again, in the question number two, they have asked the role. Role means a function of ligament. Then question number three, why is the rib cage particularly important for Arjun health during his recovery? So again, what you should do, you should write the function of the rib cage. So some three questions are there, but what they're asking you indirectly, they're asking the function. In the first one, the function of cartilage. In the second one, the function of the ligament. And in the third one, the function of the rib cage. Okay. So
Ma'am,
make sure
these
that
are
you,
easy.
yeah,
These are easy, ma'am.
that you should write in the statement. Okay. Whatever the statement is given here, in the statement form, you should write it.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Any other doubt, children?
No, ma'am.
Um,
Okay, children, then thank you.
bye, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am. Ma'am, bye, ma'am.
Bye.